Today is 580th day that I'm here to share lessons I learn and I'm learning. I hope this helps to support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'll speak about how to choose a business partner, how to choose an employee, how to become an employee or business partner that other person could choose. Because a lot of times people are struggling to choose a player, and they of course choose the person just it's nice, it looks like they speak nice, but I truly believe that you need to be very selectful in the people that you choose. Now, every single person deserves respect, but not every single person deserves to be in your team. So today we'll share 8 things that you need to consider when you're bringing something on board in your team. Because at the end of the day, if you bring a wrong person, you will not be able to move as fast. Because a lot of times your boss needs to be moving very fast. And if you need to stop and start, you will move much slower. So bringing people on board that aligns with what you're trying to achieve and predict that they will succeed, it's a very difficult and meaningful thing to do. So today we'll share 8 things that you really need to consider to bring people in a team, or if you want to succeed and bring yourself in someone else's team, you need to show those 8 things. So number 1 is passion and motivation, genuine passion and motivation. People say, oh, I could do everything. I will do that for money. But when you find people that they could do that for fun, for enjoyment, and as a calling, not just for money, then of course you find someone who could succeed at an expert level and beyond. Because people who do something not just for money, of course you need to make money, but at the end of the day, if your first motivation is really to get better, improve, and do the work at the best level, and have that huge passion, of course, even though that you will make money as a byproduct, but this is not the first motivation. Of course, then you know that you have a star. Second is goal setting and planning. Now, it's very important that every single person understand how to set goals. Because at the end of the day, you are able to move in life, you're able to achieve great things in life. But when you set the goals, you're able to perform at a higher level because you move much faster. You know exactly where you're going. Because people who do not know direction, they go a little bit one side, other side, third side, and of course energy is distributed. But when you set goals and you are planning it, now during the week you do not need to think about how you will spend your time. That's the most important time, because the most important thing. Because when you have a proper planning in place, what happens is that during the day you do not need to think at all what is next, because you just do based on your plan. And you save a lot of time. And if you did that over the week, over the month, you are able to separate yourself quite significantly. Number 3 is resilience and perseverance. Everyone knows that life is not linear. There will be a lot of successes, a lot of failures, a lot of setbacks, a lot of achievements. And how are they able to persevere during those days that people are not able to do things? Because a lot of times people are able to do great things during good days. But really what shows character is what they're able to do during bad days. Do they cut everything to zero, or are they able to persevere and do 10, 15, 20% of the actual work? Because a lot of times if people not able to do 100%, say I'm not able to do 100%, I will not do anything. No, that is a mistake. You need to do something, at least 10, 15% of what you actually could do. Number 4 is continuous learning. So that means, of course, you want to have a star. And if you want to have a star, you want someone who every single day improves. Every single day looks for ways where you could find a way to pivot, improve. Because that's, of course, you're able to become an expert when you spend 10,000 hours on improving something. And that's how you will get a star. Number 5 is adaptability. Life is changing, world is changing, and we need to adapt to those changes. And that change is getting faster and faster. We need to become more and more adaptable to the world. So when you see people who do the same thing over and over again, live the same lifestyle over and over again, how do you feel about change? Because a lot of times people are looking for stability. But I truly believe that I think the number one thing that people need to pursue is not stability, but adaptability. How I could adapt, how I could adapt to new places. And then, of course, when adaptability is in place, of course, a lot of great things could happen. Number 6 is strong work ethic. Now, a lot of times people say, oh, you need to work just very hard. But I truly believe this strong work ethic is not just about working hard. It's about working smart and then hard. Because when you think about, okay, what is smart work? What I could do differently? How I could reduce my work that I could be much more effective? And when you think about smart work and really thought about all the ways how you could make your work smarter, then you work hard to have that work ethic. And then, of course, you're able to achieve great things. Because a lot of times people move and work in emotion, and they have a lot of activity, but they don't have a lot of productivity because of that. When you're smart and hard, then you're able to be productive and, of course, with that activity that you do. Number 7 is emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills. Now, you need to understand yourself. You need to understand the people around you to be able to succeed in life. Because if you don't understand what other people feel and not trying to understand what other people feel and what other people want, it will be very difficult to succeed. That's why people who are C students a lot of times succeed, because they have much stronger emotional intelligence. They're much stronger in interpersonal skills. They are much better in leadership and influence. So a lot of times people do not need to build any other skill. But I think that people sometimes even need to focus on emotional intelligence first. Because when you have emotional intelligence, all other skills to build is much more easier. And number 7 is track record. Now, if you want to predict someone else's success, of course, track record is important. It's not necessary per se, but when you know that that person succeeded in anything, it could be maybe he played video games and he played in the highest level. He was the best in games. Maybe he did sports and he was the highest level. Maybe he did some art and he was the best artist. So where is that where he was the best? Because a lot of times people choose 100 things to be average, but I truly believe that when you think about success, you need to figure out who has that track record or of something. So it doesn't matter, it could be not business related, not work related, but they need to be experts in this. You need to find person who have invested a lot of time to become the best in something. Because I found that a lot of times people who never get good at something, they do not know how long it takes to become expert, how long it takes, how much self-discipline it takes to get into that another level. Because average is easy to get, but when you want to get to another level, there'll be extra effort that you will need to put. So when you find that the track record that someone have been in that put that extra effort to become that extraordinary in one thing, they will be able to transfer the same thing, the same mindset into other thing. So those 8 things will really allow you to understand to bring that person on board. And of course, if it's 8 of 8, of course, you bring it the right way. If there is something missing, you're still able to work through to make sure that the person is a good fit. Now, if you want to become your best predictor of success, you are able to work on all those 8 as well. Because when you will master all those 8 things, I truly believe there is no company that will not want to hire you as well. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.